Hello? I sure hope I'm live. I can't see comments. I'm looking for them. So give me just a second to share my screen here. Hold on just a second. Preview the link. Here we go. Gotcha. Yay! Hello, hello. Great. My name is Patience, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Central Arkansas. And I still can't see comments, so I'm trying. Let me see if I can get them. Here we go. Okay. Today is Tuesday, December 6th, 2022. And I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And I've been doing this since 2015, and I really like it. And I tried to go live yesterday, and I was going through this online card class, doing a great job, I thought, rolling through it. I couldn't find the comments. So I just went ahead and kept going. And when I got through, I realized I wasn't live at all. And I thought, well, you know, I practiced. I did a good job. So anyway, here I am again today. So, like I said, I've been a demonstrator since 2015, and I wanted to do something more. I have an in-person class once a month in my home, and I really enjoy it. I'm going to continue to do that because I really think the ladies that come to my class enjoy that. We have a new person here and there, and like that, I continue to invite people to my class. I want to do more, and so what I'm going to try is have an online class twice a month. And so what that's going to entail is for every $35 purchase in my online store, you'll get a free card kit, and that is going to be 6 cards or card kit, and that is 3 cards, 2 each. Well, let's see, 6 cards, 2 each of 3 designs. And I'm going to show you a class tonight. It's called He's All That. It's a masculine card kit, and for $35 you'll get that. If you spend $50 in my online store, you'll get the cards for free, and you will get these brushed metallic adhesive dots. Now, if you spend $150 in my store, I'm going to send you the cards, the adhesive backs, but I don't want you to use the host code. Now, if you spend the $35 or the $50, I'm going to want you to use the designated host code for that class. That's how I'm going to know you're going to want the cards. The reason why I don't want you to use that is so you get the Stampin' Rewards from Stampin' Up! So there's more information on my website at notesfrompatience.com. There's more information in the description on this post. So let's get started. Let me turn the camera down and we'll get going. Alrighty. Get my camera adjusted here. Okay, right here is the host code. Get me a sip of water. Okay, the stamp set we're going to work with tonight is in the annual catalog. And the annual catalog came out in May. And this was one of the first stamp sets I bought because I really like it. And it has a unique set of designer series papers. And one of the features they have in the designer series papers is this punch outs. This set of papers that has all of these separate little punch outs of things that you could pop up on your cards. They're just really cool. And you can put a stamped image, and then you have the hammer, the wrench, and everything that's already popped up for you. So it's really cool. I really like it. And one of my favorite elements is this van right here. It's just really cool. Let me go ahead and get started and show you what I have. Now, when you purchase $35 in my online store, when I package up the card class, I will give you a notification when shipping is. And for this particular class, the ordering dates are from December 1st through the 16th. So on the 19th, I will ship out that class. And on the 19th, I will give you an email with your tracking number, and I will send you the PDF. And this is the PDF, and it gives you step-by-step instructions and color pictures of the cards and all the measurements and everything you'll need to put the cards together. So you should have everything you need there. So, yeah, the ordering dates, like I said, are December 1st through the 16th, but don't delay because everything is in stock right now, and I think you'll really like it. Okay, this is one of the first cards we're going to get started. Now, when I send you the kits, you'll have enough supplies to make 2 cards. So this is the first card we're going to make. Okay, so this is what your card kit will look like. It'll be an envelope with everything in it to make 2 cards. This is just one kit. So here's your card base. This is the inside of your card. This is the scrap basic white designer paper. Here's some more designer paper. And this is one of those punch out elements. This is also a piece of the punch out element. And then this is Early Espresso faux suede trim that we're going to use. So let's go ahead and get started and get our ink out. This is Early Espresso ink. And let's stamp Happy Birthday to a Classic on this. Now, I'm not allowed to send stamped images. So if you don't have the stamp set, this would be a great, I don't know why I shut that, because I'll be using that same ink here in just a minute. This would be a great stamp and die bundle to purchase, because when you buy the stamps and the dies, you get a 10% discount. But you can also substitute any other stamp set and die set with the supplies that I give you. Okay, let's get that stamp set out. I was going to show you the dies. I keep my dies with my stamp sets. There's all these dies. I'm going to go ahead and get out the ones that I'm going to use. So we're going to use these. I keep them all together. Let's see. I don't think I'm using that one. I'm using this one. There we go. Okay. All right. Oops. Just put that all in wrong. Live TV. Don't you love it? Okay. Okay, I've got someone messaging me, and I can't receive that message. I don't know why. Let's see. Okay. I'll have to deal with that in a little while. Okay. Okay, here we go. So let's get started since I've got this done. A card base. I can't tell who is live with me. I'd love for you to leave me a comment. Let me know where you're watching from. Let me know who it is. Also, I can't believe it's already December the 6th. Only 19 more days till Christmas. Ooh-wee. And I love to use a lot of seal to make sure my cards are put together good. And don't worry about your dimensions for all of these pieces. I have all of that in the PDF for you. Hey, Karen Robinson, thank you. I would love it if you shared this. And you're coming in from St. Vincent, Arkansas. I know right where you are. I've stayed in St. Vincent, Arkansas with you before. I really appreciate you. There we go. I was saying earlier that I did a great live yesterday and wasn't live. It was crazy. That's okay. I had lots of practice. Okay, for my faux suede trim, I'm going to put that under this. So I'm going to put that about the middle of my card, and I want that to stick out. So I'm going to put my snail, or excuse me, seal, we used to call it snail, about right there. Stick that down, and then use some dimensionals. Opposite of where my ribbon is, so that I don't get it stuck on top of my ribbon. And I didn't put it opposite. Let's peel that off. Stick it on the other side. There we go. Let's see, do I want that in the middle? Let's put it right there. All right. And then I love the torn paper look in this paper set. They really did a good job. And the classic car. Thank you, Karen. I really appreciate you. How are those puppies doing tonight? Are they barking at you? Okay. And believe it or not, we have card number 1 almost done. Let me get rid of my dimensional backings so that I can track those all over the house. Let me find my brush. There we go. Now these brushed metallic adhesive back dots are so cool. They really go with a lot more than you think. I like the copper and the gold. And there we go. So there you have it. 2 masculine birthday cards. Now, on this stamp set, you don't necessarily have to have birthday cards. You can have Holy Smokes, You're Amazing. Every Day with You is Another Adventure. So it doesn't have to be a manly card. There is some paper in here that's for campers. And I'm an avid camper, so it could be for someone who goes camping. And I have made it for some of my camper friends. So, but this particular class is focused for my masculine. Okay, so here's the next card we're going to do. Thank you, Karen. And here's the next card kit. Now, like I said, you'll get everything you need in here, but it'll be for 2. You have an inside. And this will be for a layer, another layer, yet another layer. And this is the campers. You got different campers, tent camper. And then here is a scrap and another scrap for die cuts. So I've got everything in there you need. Now we're not going to stamp on this. We're just going to die cut, but we are going to stamp for this one. And I need my compass for that. Okay. All right. Let me get that cut and emboss back in here. Now, I don't know if you've noticed, I used my plate number 3 with my mini Stamp and Emboss. Some people use plate number 1. I found my number 1 doesn't work very well, so I use plate number 3. And I'm also going to put my other piece on here because I can die cut all these at once. So you just have to work with whatever plates work with your stuff. I had to work with my plate number 3 to get it to work. It took a little bit to figure that out, but once we figured it out, it works great. Hey Barb, thanks for joining me. I really appreciate that. I would love it if you would share my live. It would be great for me. I feel like I'm just throwing things here and there. Woohoo! Okay. All right, so I got those die cut. Let's put this card together. Okay. I always build from the inside. Now, don't forget the insides of your cards. There's other sentiments that you could put on the inside. Or if you have scraps of your paper, you could put little pieces of your paper on the inside because this paper is just so cute. You could put, you know, the pieces of the tints on the inside, like right down here or on the side. And I've even seen people put it over here too. You know, you can just make it so cute. Okay, this is Soft Succulents. And it has really become one of my favorite colors. But it is actually retiring this next year. So I'm going to be sad to see it go. But I always do that. I will see one of the in colors come in and I go, ooh, I don't know if I like it. And then I learn to like it and then it goes away. All right. Okay, and then I have another layer of Early Espresso. I like the layers. They're simple, but they make the card look really, you know, complex, but they're not. Okay, and now my Designer Series paper, my DSP. I have my sweatshirt on because I've been in the house all day. And I went to the post office probably about 5 o'clock. I had no idea it was 70 degrees outside. I about burned up. I couldn't believe it. Okay, so I'm going to pop this compass part that we stamped up on dimensionals. If I could find them, I laid them down. Here we go. Okay, so when Cheryl comes over, y'all will watch it. Good. Well, when y'all rewatch it, share it again. I need all the sharing I can get. You're riding your bike. Oh, that's good for your knee. I love it that you're riding your bike. You know, I once had a bicycle, and it became a clothes hanger. It really did. It really did. Stephen hung his clothes on it. I hung my clothes on it. Now I'm placing these little banner arrows to see where I might want to put them first. So I'm just using one dimensional on either side. Okay. There we go. Now, these pieces that I will give you are just really, you could put them wherever you want. This is just to give you an idea of where to put them. Okay, now on this card, I'm using different. Oh, if I can find them, what did I do with them? Different embellishments. I'm going to be using the rustic metallic embellishments. And they're darker. And I tend to do the same card. So how about that? I like that too. Had to get me a drink of water. Woohoo! Okay, so now let's go to our third and final card. Now this card looks different because it has an element on it that you will get in your card kit. Now I don't know if you can tell. I'm going to get this out. Since it does not come with in this suite of products, this is the Stripes and Splatters 3D embossing folders, and I actually ran the paper through this mini embossing folder. So I don't know if you could tell, but it's been put through there, and so it's got dimension on it, and it's the Splatters. So we're going to put that on our card. And this is what the card looks like. So the bottom part of it has dimension on it. So let's get going with that. And then when I started looking at this, I thought, duh, I could have done this differently. But I'll show you. This card base is Sahara Sand. And I have Early Espresso. And then I have another layer, which is the, oh, you know what it is. The DSP. Okay. So on this card, we're completely covering up all the DSP from here down. I mean, I could have just done this because we're putting a belt on it and covering it up. So I could have just done this much paper. But if you wanted to, when you got the kit, you can cut it off and use this part for another card. So there you go. And then you'll have this DSP. You will have the splatters. You'll have a scrap for your die cut. And then an inside. Again, always give an inside of the card. Because even though I do, you can write on Sahara Sand, I just like it better when I have an inside on my card. I feel better. To me, it feels more complete. So let's go ahead and do our stamping. Now on this one, the stamp says, to the man who does everything. Now I've always heard the saying, to the man who has everything. But this is to the man who does everything. So we go ahead and close that. Now this die cut, I don't know if you could see it, but it has a beveled edge right there. And so that makes this die cut look really good. So, oops, I had a little halo there. Let's redo that one. I didn't notice that when I stamped it. We want it to look good. Much better. Okay. Alrighty. Snap, crackle, pop. Thanks, guys. I'm glad you love the cards. They're simple, easy, and I think anybody could do it. All right. Put those out of the way, and let's get this card going. All right, let me get the inside. Now this is very vanilla. I get in a bad habit of using a lot of basic white, but I wanted to include very vanilla in this card class. So I hope you like it. Okay. So this first layer is not the normal standard 4 by 5 1/4. I made it 1/8 of an inch larger so that it has a little bitty sticking out. And then the DSP is 4 by 5 1/4. So I did give you a little measurement there. But if you've been doing cards for a while, you probably could tell that by looking. Who knew that we would use fractions? My math teacher would be so proud. Okay, let me see which side I want to use. Okay. Okay. All right, I'm almost done. Can you believe it? I like this particular small piece because it's got the argyle print on it. And there's a die cut and a set of dies that has a little argyle on it. It's just so cute. I've made several cards with that. Okay. I like to use a lot of dimensionals. I kind of go overboard with that. Yeah, I think I'm going to put one in the middle too. That way it doesn't sag when it gets mailed. I don't know about you, but I've seen some cards come in just get crazy mutilated. Oh, you prefer vanilla instead of white. See, I do the other way around. You know, vanilla, when you're going for vintage look, well, I prefer vanilla when I go for vintage look stuff. Okay, on this card, I actually used the rustic metallic dots also instead of the brushed metallic. Let's see. This is my last pack of these babies too. Oops, I didn't even get one. I just thought I did. Well, let's see. I need to clean the end of my putty tip here. Woohoo! There we go. And there's that card. All right, ladies. And whoever else is watching, I'm going to be putting this on YouTube tomorrow. So if you're watching the replay, I would love some comments and to know where you're from. Like and share my video as much as you can. Like I said, I'm just getting started on my online card classes, and I really have enjoyed doing this tonight. This is the second time I've made this. Last night I wasn't live like I thought I was. I'm going to be doing this twice a month. So let me get my face back on here, if I can. See if I can get that back on here. Here I am. Anyway, it was so nice to be live tonight. I've been wanting to do this, and I thought, why am I waiting? So there's no more waiting for me. I'm just jumping right in at the end of the year. We've got the new catalog starting off this next year, so I've already got a bunch of classes out there for in person. I'm going to be doing a sampler class on Saturdays, so I'm very excited. So anyway, I will see you again on 2 weeks from a Monday, because I'm going to be doing my live at 5 on Mondays. So I'll see you later. Thank you so much.